I attended Oconee Fall Line Technical College, and like many others, I was considered a non-traditional student.
My classes at O.F.T.C have taught me the different aspects of a criminal mind and the way the criminal act.
The term non-traditional career refers to jobs that have traditionally been held by one gender. That would be like males in cosmetology or females in welding.
Anyone can do it, regardless of the gender, and as long as you put your mind to it, you can succeed and achieve all your goals.
Hello everyone, I have with me Bill Brown. We're here today at East Lawrence Elementary, and Bill, y'all been going around the last couple of days again this year. This is a project that is important to the Rotary Club, and it's the Rotaract Club at Oconee Fall Line Technical College. And tell me about the books that you're giving out.
Well, thank you. It's Dr. Ben Carson's book, Gifted Hands, James, and the reason that we're here is to reinvest into our children and their education. Literacy goes a long way in preparing you for your future, and enables you reading and so forth, enables you to live out your future dreams. And Dr. Ben Carson is certainly a great example of that, from his upbringing to where he is today.
Absolutely. And we're going to be talking to some of these kids in just a few minutes, and I'm anxious to talk to them because we really got some smart kids. And I tell people, and I know you agree, Bill, but I don't care where you send your kids to school, East, West, Dublin, Trinity, we've got great schools in this community, don't we?
I would agree. You know, it's a testament to our teachers, the faculty, the leaders in these various schools. You know, the key component is you know, what's most important are the kids.
Yep.
And you're molding these kids for their futures. And so it's imperative that we have great leadership, which we do.
And you're president of the Rotary Club this year. You've moved on up to president, and you've been a part of Rotary for many years, haven't you?
I have. Really, since I moved back to Dublin in the early 2000s, Rotary has been something I've been a part of, and I am president this year. So, you know, 12-month commitment as president, and a previous commitment as a nominee. Some things you have to prepare for, but it's been a great year on the short road, if you want to call it that. But you know, we hope to continue to do great things in the community, and that's our, you know, Rotary is an international club, civic club, but you know, at the same time, we need to do things close to home.
What is the motto for Rotary?
Service above self. And you know, and I think if you live out that ideal or that motto, and you know, we've all been blessed with so much, so we're charged to give back.
Yeah, and what an appropriate book, talking about service before self, Dr. Carson,
right?
And what he's did on the national level before he was ever known. So, what an appropriate book.
Oh, I would agree wholeheartedly. Dr. Ben Carson is, you know, had a loving home life when he was growing up, but didn't have a lot. But you know, his mother instilled in the values to try to be better, and he embraced those, and we see where he is today, and any other person can live out that same dream.
Absolutely. And you know, money means nothing when it comes to love.
Oh, exactly. You can't put a price tag on that. It doesn't matter if you're.
No.
Yeah.
And it don't take money. You know, for us to love each other, it don't take a dime to love our grandkids, our children. And I know from somebody like you that invests a lot of time in his kids, whether it be travel ball or baseball or coaching or whatever it is, those times spent is never wasted in a child's life, is it?
Most certainly not wasted time.
What else does the Rotary Club, Dublin Rotary Club, do to invest in our children?
Well, you know, about 3 or 4 years ago, we started a dictionary program, and we also deliver dictionaries to all the third graders in the community, and that includes the public and private schools, city and county schools. And that's approximately 700 kids as well. And we realize that, you know, those early years are the formative years, and there's a lot of people, or students that may not have the means to have a dictionary at home, and it's theirs. And hopefully, I know there's some that probably still have it in their book bags from when we gave it to them when they were in the third grade. And the continuation of the Ben Carson book to the fifth graders is just a continuum of that, being sure that we reinvest in our students.
And I'll have to say, I won't ask you to answer this, but my favorite thing y'all do every year, and it's this week. I get excited every year. I have it on the board for like a month, and that is the oratory contest. I call it speech contest, but oratory. But to see those kids every year, and I'm going back 10, 12, 15 years ago, and I think about Mr. Don Johnson and people like that, and people in Rotary that have, Mr. J.M. Warren, all those years that have served the Rotary Club and helped with this, Marsha Dixon, people like that. But to me, and I'm sure I get excited knowing, like Friday morning I get up, I'm going to see the best of our children.
And when you think about that, I mean those kids are in the 10th, 11th, 12th grades. We're going to eventually we'll see some of these third and fifth graders that we provided the dictionaries to and the Ben Carson books, and it's a culmination of their educational career at that. That this event this Friday will be. I think it's always special. In the last year or so, it was renamed the Preston Johnson District Speech Contest, and Preston passed away earlier this year, so it'll be his first speech contest without him being present. So there'll be maybe a somber mood for a minute, but it'll be uplifting as well, and I'm sure that that the students that'll be coming to deliver their speeches will no doubt do great.
Yeah, and another thing coming up. Big event we've got coming up, and y'all join together with other civic clubs, the Joint Civic Luncheon.
Correct.
During St. Patrick's, I was working with some of the people on the Joint Civic Luncheon yesterday, and that's another thing as a community we get excited about.
Sure.
All these civic clubs coming together, and as I always look up every year at all the banners on the stage, and I think about the hundreds and hundreds, several hundred, 800, I don't know, it looks like 1,000 people in that room. I don't know if there are 1,000
There's
people.
a lot
It looks
of
like
them.
it to
There's
me,
a lot of them.
We'll say several hundred, but it makes me feel good to be a part of a community where we do have these civic clubs that do so many things, whether it's the ladies giving them the bike helmets or things like that, or the service league. All these things done, but to join together, how does that make you feel, and especially this year being president?
Well, no doubt every year that I have attended, and I attend every year that I can recall. It's interesting to see folks from all across civic organizations gather together. We all have a different motto or a different service area, but it takes all of us, and to have everybody gather together for such a fine event, to recognize each other and recognize the good that we do try to do, is uplifting. This year we're going to have I believe we'll have a dynamic speaker, a guy named Mark Cathy that's part of the Chick-fil-A group. He'll be down. I'm sure he'll deliver some uplifting points, and I feel like that it'll be something that the community will enjoy.
Yep. And if you don't have your tickets yet for the Joint Civic Luncheon, see any of the civic clubs, drop by TV 35. We'll get you in touch with the right people, but be a part of it. It sells out a lot of years.
It does. I mean, we have a lot of community support with sponsorships and so forth, so we're pleased for that. I believe that that tickets will be on sale at Morris Bank, and I believe at Citizens Bank of Lawrence County. So we would encourage you to attend, and we always have great music with the West Lawrence Jazz Band. I think we'll have Kelly Knight, one of Kelly Knight's groups. The Nightingales will be there, so it's always a fun event.
And you just reminded me, but it will be kind of a somber mood this year also, because a lot of you may know or may not know, but Michael Dukes, the band director at West Lawrence, will be retiring at the end of this year. So even though the band will carry on, the jazz band will carry on under a new leadership, but this will be the last year that I actually get to stand up and film Mr. Dukes up there. But what a man I love dearly, and I know you do too.
They always do a great job, and maybe with this being his last hurrah, he'll go out with a bang.
That's right.
What if there was a paint that had the power to awaken something old or painfully dated? or something you simply thought was lost forever. Because it could form a strong bond, regardless of age. If a paint could give any time-worn surface stunning new life, you have to wonder, is it still paint? Regal Select Exterior from Benjamin Moore. Only available at independently owned paint and hardware stores.
Available at Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering.
Welcome back, everybody. Have with me Jamie White. I got to talk to you last year. You were president of the Rotaract Club.
Yes, sir.
At Oconee Fall Line Technical College. And tell me what this day means to you.
This day means hope. This day means inspiring for futures and obstacles overcome.
Before the break, I was talking to Bill Brown, president of the Rotary Club, and I know they get excited about being a part of this.
Yeah.
And we were talking, you know, we give out these books to fifth graders. They give out dictionaries also, the Rotary Club. Mm-hmm. And then this Friday, I get excited every year when I go to the oratory contest that the mm-hmm. Rotary Club puts on. So, and Bill mentioned this, you know, some of these kids we're giving books to, just a few years down the road, as 10th, 11th, and 12th graders will be in the oratory contest. So mm-hmm. I say all that to ask you, how much reading, how important is reading to these young kids?
Reading is fundamental for knowledge, for vocabulary. I mean, that's what turned Ben Carson around. The more he read, the more he realized that the only thing that could change his circumstance was him.
Yeah. You know, and it doesn't matter. Money does not even play in the scenario.
Absolutely not.
None at all. Because when these kids get in this hall that we're standing in here, money has nothing to do with it. Everybody is on an equal playing field,
right.
No matter what home life they come from, no matter what. Because you got educators here. We've been amongst them here the last hour or so. You got to admit, we've got great educators in Lawrence County.
That is true. That is true. I've met some wonderful teachers. And I think if children will not look at the obstacles that are facing them and focus on their goals and what they're going to do and be determined. And teachers around here, they are there to help support these kids and encourage them to be all that they can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And to parents that are watching us now, read, and grandparents. My granddaughter spent the night with us the other night, and we read and read. We've got bookcases of books, and she always wants to read things going on in the Bible, which, you know, excites me too. But to read to these children, and you read a page, then she'll read a page, or he'll read a page. So to do it together and to have that fun, and at the same time, you're making memories, but you're doing more than that. You're teaching these kids that fundamental lesson that you were just talking about.
That's right. You learn so much when you read with your child. When you look in their eyes, Miss Clark, my teacher, was just telling me just yesterday how when you look into a baby's eyes, their brain activity fires. Yeah. And they learn. It's not only learning, it's bonding. It's invaluable to sit and read with your child.
And you're in the early childhood program. Tell me why you picked that.
I picked that because I have a heart to inspire kids, to help kids that are struggling, to be able to push through that, to be able to continue and learn and grow and become everything that they want to be.
And what would you say before we go to parents listening now, grandparents, aunts, uncles, about their children?
I would tell grandparents and parents, I would say, read your child, support them, be there with them, and always let them pursue their passions and follow their dreams.
I have with me Paul Herman. We're out here continuing our coverage here at East Lawrence Elementary, and this is the second year we've actually given out the Ben Carson book, and you're looking at footage right now of the kids. And Paul, you've been a part of this today. Tell me what made you want to come and be a part of this today.
It's just getting the information out there and telling kids to let them know that don't give up, be inspired by what you do, what you love, and how you do it. I've always been inspired different ways. My papa used to work on cars, and I've always loved hot rods. So, I mean, I've been a gearhead since I was little. But don't give up. That's one of my mottos.
And you're in the diesel mechanic program at Oconee Fall Line Technical College. Tell me about the program.
You get hands-on information, and if you don't know it, ask and they will give you the information. They will give you the tools that you need. They're real organized, and they've helped me get my stuff that I need, and they're just open with you as long as you're open with them, and be understanding that they're there to help you and guide you.
Somebody watching us now maybe lost their job in a dead-end job. What would you say to someone about the criteria at Oconee Follow Line?
That's a good place you can go to. They can help you with anything. Like, you can go to them and they'll understand your situation. They can understand what you want to do. There's actually a couple of friends of mine that I've actually gotten to know over the year. They lost their job and they went to Oconee to get their bachelor's and stuff like that.
And the instructors, phenomenal, aren't they?
Yes, sir. They're real good with their kids and how they learn and how they teach. They teach you based off your learning skills or how you learn. Like I told my teacher, which is Mr. Brent Redfern, he helped me with a lot of stuff because I had to have the teacher, the book, and the computer. And he sat down with me and told me how to do it and how to get it done.
And what do you want to do when you graduate?
I'm going to go in the military after I get my diploma and work on big trucks, diesels, and just go from there.
Okay, we just started NASCAR this weekend. You like NASCAR?
Yes, sir. I love it.
I saw you start grinning when I said that. So.
Yes, sir. My whole family.
Who's your man?
Dallin Hart Jr. was a man, wow. 88.
Yeah, 88. That's a lot of people going to agree with you on that one. So,
yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. What branch of the service you going in?
Army.
Well, good. Well, that's an admirable trade, and we just wish you the best.
Thank you.
I have with me McKinley Cox here, and you are a 5th grader here at East Lawrence. And we've been giving out Dr. Carson's books. Now, before this morning, did you know who Dr. Carson was? Mm-hmm. Tell me about him.
He was poor whenever he was young, and he didn't make very good grades. But then he just kept trying, mm-hmm. and he was successful as a brain surgeon.
Absolutely. And what else did he do?
He was the first successful person to separate the twins that were connected by their heads.
Now, how do you know all this?
I don't know. I've just read books about him.
Well, that's very good. I love to read books, and you can't go wrong reading. And tell me, have y'all talked about Dr. Carson at school at all before we come today?
No. Well, we watched the video clip, and we talked a little bit about him yesterday.
Okay. And tell me what you can learn from reading this book and knowing about Dr. Carson.
If I ever make a mistake, I can just learn from him and just keep trying.
Okay. What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math? Why is math your favorite subject?
I don't know. I just like multiplying and dividing and stuff.
Well, good. So you're a 5th grader, so you're going to be moving on up to a different school next year, huh? Mm-hmm. You excited about that? And are your grades good? Mm-hmm. Now, how would I guess that now? As smart as, can you tell how good she is on television? Have you ever been on television? Mm-hmm. Tell me about your television experience.
I was in a math competition, and TV 35 come and interviewed the mathletes.
Okay, well, good. I knew you had experience. I could just tell. Well, McKinley, great job. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Okay, I have with me Melanie Lopez, and I was talking to McKinley. We've been in here, and y'all have been getting a copy of Dr. Ben Carson's book. Tell me about Dr. Carson, what you know about him.
Ben Carson was a brain surgeon, and he was the first person to separate Siamese twins.
Okay. And what else do you know about him? What else did he do other than what was in the book? What did he do on the world stage a few years ago? Did he run for president?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Did y'all learn about running for president?
Not yet.
Okay, you didn't? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math? Why, now everybody's saying math. Why is math your favorite subject?
Well, it's very easy, and our teachers make it really easy to learn, and it's fun.
Okay. And do you read a lot?
Yes, I do.
What other books do you read? What kind of books?
Harry Potter.
Okay.
Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Okay.
And Dork Diaries.
Good. And you're in the 5th grade. Now you're going to be moving up to a different school next year. Are you excited about that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Big savings here at Farmers Home Furniture in the Dublin Mall.
No refund check, no worries during our tax refund sale.
Charge it today with 0% interest. here at Farmers Home Furniture in the Dublin Mall.
As a part of this tax refund sale, this beautiful sofa and love seat plus the pillows are only $7.99. Come see us.
We have this beautiful 4-piece bedroom set, which includes the bed, dresser, mirror, and nightstand for just $699.
We have in-house financing, including 12-month no interest.
Open an account today of $6.99 or more and receive this free air purifier.
Come see us at Farmers Home Furniture.
Employee owned and employee operated here at Farmers Home Furniture in the Dublin Mall.
Now I have with me Brandon McWilliams. Now I've had 2 girls on, and I told you they were pretty smart, but y'all were in the same class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk about Dr. Carson a minute. What do you know about him?
He was an African-American neurosurgeon, and when he was growing up, he was poor, but he was poor, then he was rich, and many people didn't think he could make it, and he wasn't like always smart, like he used to make bad grades, but then he pulled himself together. And I know that he had got mad at someone and he tried to stab them. And he believes it's the work of God when he went to stab the boy. When he did it, the knife hit the boy's belt buckle and it broke.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Boy, you really do know that book, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Do you read a lot?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what else you read.
I read like series. Like I like to read series and award-winning books. Like, for instance, the Michael Bay books.
Mm-hmm. So you reading this book and kids in your class and in the 5th grade, what does this tell you about what Dr. Carson teaches you? What does it tell us about being able to do anything we want to do?
It tells us that even if you're not smart, it doesn't matter. If you don't think you're smart, you're always smart no matter what. Mm-hmm. You just have to try and work hard. You'll be smart.
Do you help some of the other kids that maybe not be as smart as you? Do you help those kids out here?
Actually, when I was in 2nd grade, I was a tutor. I would tutor people in 1st grade as from the school, and I would mentor some of the kids for math.
So are you excited about going to middle school next year?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness. Now, you're the oldest in this school, and then all of a sudden you're going to get to middle school, you're going to be the youngest. Mm-hmm. What do you think about? Are you scared, or does that bother you a bit?
Not really. My mama actually works in the middle school. She's the counselor there. Mm-hmm. But I know a lot of people there, and I know people like around this campus. So,
what's your mom's name?
Miss Janitra McWilliams.
Well, that could be good and bad, your mom being at the middle school now.
So then if I do something bad, she's always...
Oh, she's on you, ain't she? Yeah. So what's your favorite subject?
History. So social studies. I like history.
Okay. Well, the other 2 girls said math. Why do you think the girls said math?
I guess they're good at it. I like history because I like learning about like World War II, the Cold War, and World War I. Mm-hmm. I like wars. I don't know why.
I love history too. I'm telling you, we must know our history.
Yes,
we must know our history, so we won't repeat it one day down the road. But I want to thank you for joining us today, being here on television with me, and you just turned into a regular old television star. You're probably going to take my job, looks like. I mean, can't he talk now? You are so well versed. I can tell you Mom makes you study a lot, huh?
Yes, sir.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about them.
My sister Kayla she went to East Georgia. Now she goes to Savannah State. And my brother Jalen McWilliams, he goes to East Orange High School.
Okay.
And my sister, she majors in counseling.
Okay, well, good. So what are you going to do when you grow up?
I'm going to be a doctor or a surgeon.
All right. You going to come back to Dublin?
Yes, sir.
Well, I want you to be my doctor. The older I get, the more doctors I need. So I'd like to walk in one day, and there you stand. And I say, well, I interviewed you when you was in the 5th grade, and here you are doctoring on me. So when you give me a shot, now you're going to take it easy on me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Good job, man. We're about ready to wrap things up here, Emily. I want to talk to you before we go. It seems like just yesterday we were doing this last year.
Yes, it does. Time goes by so quickly.
It does, but what an exciting time, though, talking to Bill Brown, president of the Rotary Club, and what this means to the Rotary Club.
Right.
What does it mean to Oconee Fall Line to be involved in this?
It means so much just for the school in general, the fact that we get to partner with, the local community and the local schools with something like giving out a great book of an inspiring person to encourage, literacy, as well as to encourage the students to pursue their dreams and to you know, not let anything hold them back. And that's really what we're all about at O.F.T.C. is giving people that opportunity with their education.
Well, you have a very busy job because it seems like every week something's going on at Oconee Fall on either the North Campus or the South Campus. But the mini career fair last week turned out very well.
It did.
So we're talking about young kids here. Talking about 5th graders today. We're talking about 8th graders last week.
Right.
Why do y'all do these career fairs and things like this?
Well, because it's so important. You know, a lot of times, you know, young people will get into college and not really know what they want to do, and you know, change majors, and you know, we've all been there, we've all done that. But if we can introduce these different career opportunities to children when they're young, they can see what their options are. They can see what options are locally. They can understand that, you know, oh, if I want to be a teacher, I can go here, and this is where I go and learn to do that. If I want to, you know, when I'm driving down the road in the backseat of mom or dad or grandma or grandpa's car, and I see a big truck on the side of the road, you know, they don't always know, where do you go? How do you get to do that one day? And so when we do things like this in the mini career fair, we want to present those options and let them just start to see what options they might have as a career one day, and to learn a little bit about, you know, just the different careers that are available to them.
One thing they learn every year is how to blow that horn on that truck.
They do. They do. They learn over and over. But that's fun. Not everybody gets to do that, so.
The most fun, of course, I like to go to career fair every year, but watching the project in Edenton and to watch me and Don Tavius jump every time the horn blowed, and thank goodness for editing. Y'all never saw that. But you know, every time, you're never ready for that horn when it blows, but truck driving is such an important occupation in this country, because everything we have on, the cars we drove here, the camera we're standing in front of, the school building, everything was moved by trucks. Now, the young kid I talked to a little earlier, he's in the diesel mechanic program. That's another great program.
Yeah.
Now, he's going in the military. And to be able to go to Oconee Fall Line doesn't mean he's just going straight into the private sector.
Right.
He's going to use that tool that he gets at O.F.T.C. for our military.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about the programs that we do. Whether you start here and move on to somewhere else, or whether you're coming back, you are learning a skill that you get to take with you throughout life. You know, whether it's something that, you know, cosmetology, you decide you want to do that, and you're going to go off to get a 4-year degree, or, you know, go somewhere else. That's a skill that you have learned that you can use to make money doing whatever it is else that you are doing. And, you know, like the diesel thing, he's learning those skills that he's going to be able to take and use and put those into practice, and he'll have that forever.
Okay. Thank you, Emily. And if you are interested in any of the over 100 courses and degrees you can get at Oconee Fall Line, you see the website right there on the screen, oftc.edu. Just log on. All the information's there. It's easy to maneuver. So go on, and there's numbers on there, and you just call, and anybody, I don't care who answers the phone, they'll be glad to help.
Absolutely.
So log on to that website right now and check out Oconee Fall Line Technical College.